I'm joined by Johnny Nelson and Spencer Oliver. The wait is over. Did you see anything in Josh Taylor or Jack Catterall that gives anything away?
I personally thought Josh Taylor looked tight. I know he says he makes the weight easy. I know he always does. Under his eyes were dark, his face was really thin. And even when he walked on before he took his t-shirt off, I thought, boy, he looks slim. But Jack Catterall, for the first time, he managed to push a button. So all the time in the build-up to this, he's been quiet. He's been, yeah, all right, whatever. And that last moment, before Taylor could respond to him, he went, boop, and pushed that button, and walked off. Job done. He wants Josh Taylor to come and rush him for the fight so he can try and box him, get him angry. Because you've got to use tactics, you've got to use smarts to beat Josh Taylor, because as far as I'm concerned, he's king of the hill. When he got on the scales, I thought, is this the last day? This the last day at this weight? We don't know.
It did look like that. Spence, what did you see up there?
No, I think the same as Johnny, if I'm totally honest. Look, I've been tight of weight. I know about making weight. Do you know what I mean? I know how difficult it is. I know when the eyes are sunken, the skin's quite pale, and like you say, you know, the dark rings around his eyes. You could tell that he was tight of the weight. He's huge, and he's huge for a super lightweight. It's only a matter of time. I know, listen, we all say that. Oh yeah, I make the weight easy. Of course, that's what fighters do. No fighters really make the weight easy, but he was, this could be the last time, Johnny, I think we see him.
And remember this, he's brought a 30-strong team from top rank from the States over to watch him. So that tells me they got future plans for this man. 100%. Because he's achieved everything he can at this division. So then they're talking step up to 147, who's there? What fights are out there for him? You're looking Crawford. And I actually thought Crawford might hang about and stay for this. But there's a potential. So you can see the bigger picture they're looking at, but it's got to get through Saturday night first.
Saturday night's not a foregone conclusion. Everybody's wrote Jack Catterall off, right? 26-0. He's never really been pushed. He's never had to go to that level. And we've got to remember, every champion, Josh Taylor had it when he boxed Regis. Prograde, there's that coming-of-age fight. Yeah, there's that coming and this is Catterall's. This is his moment. You know, will he step up to the game? Now, Jamie Moore tells me, look, Spence, you ain't seen the best of him. And people that have sparred him, people that have been in the gym with him said, listen, this kid is good. He's calculating what he does. His boxing IQ is good. You know what I'm saying?
The only difference
he mixes it up.
He's not as angry as Josh Taylor.
But he played that smart, Johnny.
He's not as angry. I mean, as a person, individual, he's just not angry. Josh
Do you think
Taylor's
that's deliberate? Do you think it's deliberate? I spoke to him on Monday. I've seen him all week. I've been impressed with Jack because he's just been
smooth,
very calm, almost as if he's not in a unified title
Why fight a bush fight? You ain't going to win. So all the time when he's met Josh Taylor, he's not been in his face because they ain't going to win that kind of thing there. You know, so he's just like being himself. And that's what he did today. For the first time, he's like, get out my face, man, don't run with me. I'm like, oh, all right, now we got.
But Josh has been prodding him all week, and he's not been. He's like, oh yeah, like when he was talking about the amount of fans he's coming up. Yeah, I might bring 10 or 20. He's not been biting. You know, he's got an experienced team behind him with Nigel Travis, Jamie Moore, etc. They're saying, right, let's play this game. Today was the first time we saw a bit of emotion. They went head to head. Josh, obviously, you know, he's the fiery one. He's the one he wants to go. So that suited him. But then Jack responded to that. That's the first time we've seen, whoa, now we know what's on the line.
Jack was the one that put his hands on him
Absolutely.
First. You know, it was Jack that instigated that, boom, heads on, both pushed him off. So I thought, clever little move.
Listen, head to heads, man. He's just, you know what I mean? It's like,
clever little move.
You know what it's like, right? So, me and you are boxing. We come to the centre of the ring, bang, we lock eyes, right? When a fighter doesn't really want it, his eyes break. And so it happened. Catterall wasn't doing that. He went straight in. So Josh went, Catterall went straight back at him. I thought, you know what, this kid, he fancies it. It's not like he's just turning up. And he did.
He don't know how to lose either. He's 26-0. He has, as far as he's concerned, you know, he's coming to win it.
And also, again, we're making weight because I've done that, and I know how difficult it is when you get into those penultimate rounds, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you've had a hard fight, because it is going to be a hard fight with that first half. If Taylor starts fast and he lets his emotions take over, you know, the return at the hydro.
That's what he wants.
Yeah, if he does that and we get into the second half of the contest, could become interesting.
So that's why we're getting to tactics. How one will win, how one will lose. For Jack Catterall, his tactics are to get Taylor in his face. So he's running after, he wanted to get it so he can pop, box him, bring him on like a bull in a matador. Because he probably thinks to himself, I've got a better chance of doing that than standing there toe-to-toe with this man, because this man has proved he can stand there and have a tear up. So I'm going to box him, frustrate him, get him mad, make him miss, hit him as he comes through. So that's Catterall in my head, after especially seeing that today, in my head, that's Catterall's game plan to try and get under the skin, to try and beat Taylor by doing exactly that.
Draw Taylor in, because like you say, if Catterall stands and sits in the pocket with Taylor. This is when I know Taylor's good. He works the body well, he finishes on big hooks, he steps back, drives the crosses through. He wins in those departments. But Catterall's got good at boxing IQ, he's good at counter-punching, drawing his opponents on. So there is a game plan, and I think that the psychological game plan has already started as well. And he won that, if I'm honest. If I'm totally honest, he won it. You know? It's
predictions-wise, what are we expecting? We've all been impressed this week with Jack Catterall. We're always impressed with Josh Taylor. Does it change what you think the outcome will be?
You can't go against Taylor.
No.
Like, do you know what I mean? You only have to look at what, you know, how their careers have gone. How can you go against Taylor? He's a pound-for-pound star. We're not talking about just another world champion. He's in the top 3 or 4.
Alvarez. That's like that.
Absolutely.
That's achieved what he's achieved.
Yeah.
So it'd be stupid or impossible to go against Taylor, but you can't write off Catterall.
No, I think you've got to highlight the way that Catterall could, because when we come this week, so we're studying the fight, right? So let's say Monday night, I'm sitting there, I'm looking for a couple of hours at Jack Catterall, a couple of hours just and I'm thinking, I can't make a case for this kid.
Yeah.
But as we've got here and we've watched the week unfold and then we saw what was going on there and the way that Catterall's been dealing with it and everything else, all of a sudden you're building that case.
Yeah.
And you're going now, yes, Taylor wins.
Catterall's a younger fighter with more fights. He's a younger fighter with more fights, so you can then start to make a case for him.
Yeah.
But I'm like
it's
you.
difficult.
I'm like you. My shout's Taylor because Taylor's proved he's the best in the division. He's proved that I expect him to get through this and then move on.
But if that weight's got hold of him and the emotions take over and he puts a lot in the first 6 rounds.
Might be the last time we see him 140.
I think it probably is. I'm joined by Top Ranks Todd DeBuff, boxers Ben Challam. Guys, it's the beginning of a great relationship. Lights are going on and off, but what an atmosphere we just had here at the weigh-in, Ben.
It was incredible. We've had 2 big fight nights with big attendances and passionate fans, but coming up here, it's something else. The Scottish fans, Josh Taylor's like a god to them, like an absolute god. And I think a unified world title in Britain, Todd, the first time we've ever had 2 British guys actually fight in Britain for all the titles. It's an incredible moment for British boxing, but incredible moment for Scotland as well.
Todd, what an event, It's the first of many fights between Top Rank and Boxer. What do you want to establish here? Like, what do you want to build here in the UK?
I think there's one thing that we're kind of do is we have a wind at our back, right? What Sky has done and built the fan base over the last 2 decades here has been incredible. And we've been from a distance in the States and all over the world watching this. Now we're grassroots, right? And we're with a great young company that is coming up and established itself as a foothold here, and a great brand in Sky Sports. So I think all it is to learn from the experience that we have and get better every day and make the experience for the fans even that much better. And the kids right now that are fighting, that coming from the territory, are exceptional. So this is the shining moment for the whole region.
It was a big atmosphere. Obviously, Jack Catterall had quite a lot of fans here. Josh Taylor has loads. It was fired up back there, wasn't it? It looked like it was going to go off at any second.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've been in a lot of weigh-ins when they have gone off at any second, and there's that tension. It's like, hey, you want to get the shot, right? We're promoters. Like, we want to say, I want to get the visual with these 2 guys like face to face going at it. And then I saw like a little bit of a headbutt. Somebody told me that's a kiss in Scotland, right? I don't know. That's what they said. A little bit of something with the head, and I'm like, this is getting a little frisky. Glad Ben had the right security up there.
Yeah, they did a good job. What did you think, Ben? What did you take away from the weigh-in?
Listen, Tom might think differently, but I actually think Josh has done a lot to make the weight there. He's 31 years old. You might tell me differently, but I thought he's getting to the point where perhaps he will move up, because he looked switchy and I think he was angry, and Jack Catterall's got under his skin before. He doesn't like him. We know he doesn't like him. And when you push Josh's buttons in that environment, you know he's going to go off. What was great is we have a lot of fans from Manchester here as well. And so on the weekend, we're going to have the whole of Scotland, a lot of Manchester, and it's going to be an incredible atmosphere. And with these 2 guys going at it like that, it's going to be incredible in the arena as well.
It's going to be, I'm guessing, a pro Josh Taylor crowd. He is unified Ring Magazine champion. He's achieved everything there is to achieve at 140. Do you expect him past this fight to stay at 140, or are you thinking he's going to move up to 147?
Since I landed in London, I've had communication with my team that has been on the ground here, since Tuesday. And every day I've gotten a different report. So I think the history of then I've been in the business, you got to see how the performance is on Saturday night, right? And how he feels. He may, and we've all seen this before, where a guy feels really good for the first half of the fight, and then all of a sudden he gets drained. So that is going to be answered on Saturday night. And he looked a little gaunt to me, but I've seen a lot of gaunt fighters. I've sat in a sauna with Eric Morales, right? Back, in the 1990s. So you know what it is, but what his performance is going to be and what his future lies is based on how he feels his body responds Saturday. I can't speculate. We're going to see Saturday.
What are you expecting on Saturday night? I've been quite impressed with Jack Catterall's almost, carelessness. He's not really seemed too bothered about anything this week.
He's known this is coming for a long time, hasn't he? So he's had a long time to prepare. I think he stepped away to allow Josh to unify. I think that's correct. And so he's waited for this moment. He's been 2 years as the WBO #1 mandatory. He's there for a reason. He's fought away before, met plenty of times, and Jamie Moore will have worked on this for the past 6 months and believe they have a game plan to combat Josh Taylor. They're extremely confident. So as much as no one can probably see anything but a Josh Taylor win, this is the worthy opponent and probably the most worthy one we have to put up in the UK. So best of luck to Jack. He's a younger man and he's going to fancy his chances.
Only one way to find out. Tomorrow night, Sky Sports.